So here's the boat we've been working on for so long. This is basically the final product, and one of the things that I discovered was it's very, very difficult to build one of these things a step at a time and video everything because you miss stuff. So it came out like this, and I really don't think this is good enough. So I'm going to have to make some changes. For example, the bow, the pilot house is way too large. If you take a look at it, it overhangs the Texas deck cabin. That is not the way it's supposed to be. Also, it impedes where the mast needs to stand, so I had to put a notch in it. I just didn't like it. And the more I looked at it, the more I didn't like it. So I got a picture of the real thing. And whoever's pictures these are, I stole them off the internet, okay? So if you contact me and tell me it's yours, I'll fix you up. I owe you. Anyway, if you take a look, here's the pilot house, and there's the Texas deck cabin. You can see it's supposed to be set back. So I had to learn to make the pilot house smaller. So what I did was, I took it off, and I destroyed it completely. And I started from scratch, only this time I wasn't videoing. And I got to make it a little bit better with a lot more care. Here's the real final product. And if you take a look, you'll see that I got everything pretty well squared away. The hatches, like I said, hatches are boring. So I added these strong backs on them. If you look here, vessels such as this that were converted from the old type hatch covers to the single piece steel hatch covers had these strong backs. And I just used little pieces of wire, and it came out looking pretty good. The doors that you see on there, I printed them on paper, actually on cardstock. The problem is with cardstock, it yellows over time. So what I did is I whitewashed these with some flat white paint. Here's the bow on view, and I think it's pretty cool. I like the way this thing looks bow on. Here's a picture of the real thing, and you'll notice that that helped me with a lot of things. For example, the forward mast isn't pointy. It's got a flat disc on the top. Also, the spotlight is not dead center in the center window. It's actually slightly off. And it showed me where to put the radar dish. So that worked out pretty good. Also, I decided to put just a loop antenna instead of this one. And here we go. Once again, you get to see the doors, and you get to see the smaller pilot house and the nice crown that I put on it. And as we travel along, we see that I got pretty good at the stern. There were a few things on the stern cabins that I got wrong. Those vents, I did not make those. Those are store-bought. One thing that's missing right now is the hatch crane. I'm still getting photographs gathered up of the hatch crane so I can get it right. The stern I did a pretty good job on. You'll notice that I got the ladders in the wrong place. I put them aft of the stack because I didn't want to mess up my beautiful stack. The other thing is I'm considering later on I may put an aft anchor in there. And then I was thinking about putting some plating down the side. It's pretty easy to do. I did it with my model of the Hugh Kennedy, and it came out really good. So here's the front view, and she looks really good head on. So by and large, I'm glad that I started over on the bow, and I'm glad I smashed up that cabin and came up with this. Here we go. That's the end.